Hello everybody, Travis here at it again with a new deck. And they gave me two of the most expensive cards in the opening hand. Probably, well, three cards actually. That's three 6-drops. That's more than half of my expensive cards. Alright, and of course we're up against a very cheap deck with 1 and 2 drops. Because why not? Let's go ahead and just trot Titania out here. See what the response is going to be to that. Well, it's just going to make things unblockable is what? Can we afford to wait with Fog of War? I think we just get rid of Delny now because Delny creates all kinds of problems. Nope, they've got protection on it. Okay. I guess I might as well attack. There's no reason not to. She can't block either of these. Why did they hold back the Outlaw Medic? Not sure what's up with that. But they're holding up untapped mana, and they have a couple cards, so maybe they have a combat tactic. Sacrificing artifacts, eh? Still not attacking with the Outlaw Medic, even though they could get life gain. We're going to still get 1 damage there. We'll get 2 damage because Delny doubles it. But we gain some life. Okay, next, we're going to destroy a land. And is that worth attacking into now? I think so. They just chump block. Just so they could get double card draw? Is that worth it to them? How is it that everything is 2 toughness? It's okay. That's okay, we'll just do this. Do we want to do this now? Yes. We'll use Fall of Crew, power it up, and let's get rid of Delny. See how many copies are in the deck hiding. Oh, there's 1 in their hand. Good timing, we got rid of all 4. Oh, and they're done! They're done. I didn't even get to play my other 2 cards. I have 2 more Fall of Krugs. They wouldn't bother them. I could destroy 2 more lands and they could still afford all the cards in their hand. But, you know, quitter's gonna quit. Alright, we started off this series with animal sacrifice. Baby animal sacrifice, to be specifically. We've done mill type stuff combined with exile. We've done just all sorts of, we've done poison. We've done just downright dirty stuff. I put up a poll, and it's still there, so we're taking more votes on what deck I should make next that is slightly less evil. Just 1% less evil. But one choice I hadn't put up on there, because Magic makes it hard to do right now. That's land destruction. But we did it anyway. So, in the original days we had Stone Rain. It was 2 and a red, so for 3 mana you could destroy any land. And it's not like you could go into your deck and replace it with another basic land. You just destroyed the land. There was also a Strip Mine card that was a land itself. You could sacrifice it to take out an opponent's land. So land destruction was a thing from the early days. And over time, the designers got the message that maybe it was too frustrating to fight land destruction decks, because you just can't play your spells if they do that too much. So they do have some ability to destroy land, but it's really, really faint in the modern environment. We do have here Fall, which is why I call it Deadly Landfall, referencing the Fall of Krug. This is from the Brothers War. You choose target opponent, destroy target land that player controls. Fall of Krug does 3 damage to the player and 1 damage to each creature they control. So we've got a chance against an army of 1/1s if we can get to 6 land and cast one of these cards. That allows me to destroy 4 lands in the deck. There are some ways to get rid of some land cards besides that. So let's go through the entire deck. We've got 4 Terra Sunders. This is really intended against artifacts and enchantments, but if we can afford the kicker cost with the 1 black mana and that for only 4, we can exile any target non-land permanent. 3 copies of Assassin's Trophy, destroy target permanent and opponent controls. The controller may search the library for a basic land card. Now you can actually use Assassin's Trophy to destroy land, because this is one of the few cards that says destroy target permanent. It doesn't say target non-land permanent. So, but if you destroy a land, they just go into the library and get another basic land. So something to keep in mind. We've got the Stone Brain, 1 copy in case they come up against the Heir Apparent or any one of those decks that has like multiple endless copies of cards. We have 4 copies of Braid's Arisen Nightmare. This is a legendary nightmare from Dominaria United, 3/3. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice any one of these: an artifact, a creature, enchantment, a land, or a planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent of their choice that shares a card type with it. For each opponent that doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. So what I like to do is get out a copy of Realm Breaker, pay 2, have the opponent mill 3 cards, I grab one of their lands, and then I get Braids down and we sacrifice their land. When we sacrifice their land, it goes into the exile of their stack. And they have to sacrifice a land, or they lose 2 life and we get to draw a card. I've got some stall things against the small creatures. Fog of War, 2 copies. It's an instant for 3. You gain 1 life for each creature on the battlefield. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures with power 3 or less. In case I get land in the graveyard, we have 4 copies of Titania, Voice of Gaia. 3/4 creature with Reach. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 or more land cards in your graveyard and you both own and control Titania and a land named Rakdos, Sanctum of Nature, you exile them, then meld them into Titania, Gaia Incarnate, which you see pictured there to the right. Power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control. She has Vigilance, Reach, Trample, and Haste. And when Titania enters, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Plus even more stuff that you can do with her for 4 mana. We do have 4 copies of Rakdos, Sanctum of Nature, which is a land which helps to trigger Titania, because for 4 mana you can tap, create a 2/2 green bear creature token, then mill 3 cards. Eventually when you're milling 3 cards, you're going to end up with 4 lands in the graveyard. And once you have those 4 lands in the graveyard, these 2 cards, the creature and the land, are going to meld into the elemental avatar. Moving on, we've got some removal here. We've got 4 copies of the End, which works just like Stonebrain. We can get rid of 1 creature, and then we go through the graveyard, hand, and library, take out any other card that has the same name. We've got 4 copies of Deadly Cover-Up, which can destroy all creatures. We're going to come back to that one in a second. I've got 2 copies of Krinkle's Buzz Crusher. When this creature enters, for each player, destroy up to 1 non-basic land that player controls. We're usually not destroying our own land, but you can. So keep in mind, if I've got Titania out and I don't have 4 lands in the graveyard, if I bring out a Krinkle's Buzz Crusher, I've got a lot of non-basic lands. I could destroy one and help fuel Titania's transformation. But in the meantime, if they have a non-basic land, we can destroy it. They can bring out a basic land card. So 4/4 with flying and trample. Fall of Krug we covered. I've got 1 copy of Rebuild the City. This is an Aftermath card. Choose target land, create 3 tokens that are copies of it, except they're 3/3 creatures in addition to other types, and they have Vigilance and Menace. So maybe if I have Titania out and I don't have a lot of lands, maybe I have the maximum of 6 here to power this card, I could turn 3 of them into creatures. If those creatures get killed, they go to the graveyard as lands, and then suddenly I'm melding Titania. So that type of stuff is going on. In the meantime, I've got Demolition Field, which I can sacrifice, send it to my graveyard, destroy one of their non-basic lands. I've got 2 copies of Restless Cottage to turn into 4/4 black and green horror creatures. This helps with a little graveyard hit. Can exile a target card from their graveyard. And if they kill those, which I kind of expect and kind of want, those will also end up as lands in our graveyard we can get. And that's about it for that. Going back to Deadly Cover-Up, if we manage to get one of their lands in the graveyard, and we collect Evidence 6 when we cast this, we're going to take a card from our graveyard. It's usually a copy of the Fall of Krug. So we just exile our one card from the graveyard. Then, since we collected Evidence, we can exile a card from the opponent's graveyard. And we're going to exile a basic land. So if they're a monocolor deck, they're going to run out of fuel real quick. Now, they might already have enough lands to cast whatever they have on the field. That'll be up to the rest of the Fall of Krugs to take care of. Maybe they're dual land and we only get rid of half of their colors. Maybe they've got enough dual lands out. You know, there's no guarantee this is going to work. But, you know, I was looking for ways to destroy land. I've got Braids. I've got Fall of Krug. I've got this one trick with Deadly Cover-Up. And Realmbreaker can get rid of a lot of lands just with milling. So we're going to try it. I don't think it's as evil as Poison. Right? Remember, the whole point of this series is just to build decks that are 1% less evil than the last one. We're still probably on the bottom rungs of the ladder of evil. We're slowly climbing our way out. It is plotting glacial movement. But, you know, we're getting better. Otters are usually too fast for me. And they're giving us Rebuild the City, which is my one kind of play for fun type card that I don't get a lot of chances to play. I did manage to play it a couple times in playtesting. But getting it at the very beginning is really bad. And we need a little bit better with the color fixing in order to cast an actual spell from our hand. This is not the normal red and blue, is it? Otter? Maybe there's some red in there somewhere? Maybe they just went with blue and green. Simic Otters? They're blue, so they're taking a while to think about hitting me with the 1/1. And if we miss the land drop next, we're really in trouble. It's my turn, but we gotta wait for them to think, because they're blue. There you go. They don't get a food token because they don't have a squirrel. But they do get to return one of these two cards. They choose the creature. And how many of these? They've got 3 instants already in the graveyard. So this only costs 4? And they didn't have the land, so they've got a spell to go get the land. And now they could bring this out. Alright, we did hit the land drop. Let's go ahead and destroy a land. They do get a basic land to bring out, so not the worst thing in the world for them. I usually don't use Collect Evidence with Deadly Cover-Up on the non-basic lands. And their deck is really geared towards ramping out the lands, so this may be a very good way to fight my deck. And they've still got 2 blue up. And they can tap up to 2 target creatures. So if I try an attack, are they gonna flash that in? Was Because I have Ward 2. I can't even afford that. Let's bring down Titania. We'll see if they have a counterspell, or if it's just this. A very cheap Tolarian Terror. I'm keeping this in reserve, as well as possibly having a big counterspell. And I would need 6 just to cast the end anyway. And that was actually another possible way to get more land. So we're blocking. Let's try the Deadly Cover-Up. If they've got the counterspell, we're just dead. Although, I don't know why they took so long. If you have the counterspell, you have the counterspell. And I felt they did. So they had all their bases covered. They have a whole bunch of land ramp cards. They have the counterspell, and they have a special creature in reserve that's ready. And now they got their counterspell back. It's like they got their perfect draw against the perfect deck, the land destruction deck, with a deck that's seeded with nothing but a ton of cards that they can get land whenever they want with every other spell. So yeah, we won once, and then this is what Arena does to you. That's not going to be enough. We're going to scoop. Thank you, Arena, for immediately pitting the land destruction deck against a counterspell land ramp deck. How about something that's not so obvious a fix? Look how quickly the fix is in. Second match. Sometimes Arena used to be more patient than to just automatically sabotage you. But you know, I played some earlier today, and I built the deck yesterday, so it's had a little bit of time to understand what the deck is and what to do to it. Our next opponent is a fat cat. And yet again, nice little land ramps. We're not going to panic if they're mostly green and they're trying to land ramp for creatures. We can take care of that. Let's see if they've got anything to take care of artifacts. This will ramp us up just fine really quickly. We're not scared just yet. We'll keep that. We'll pass on that. Fog of War doesn't help us too much against Bristly Bill here already. Look at that. Quill Great Worm. Mythic rare, mythic rare. And we didn't get a land. We didn't get a land. Yeah, we don't want them casting this from the graveyard. They had another one in their hand, so that was a good choice, right? They've got Gruff Triplets, though. And we're dead. I forgot that Bristly Bill could do that. So yeah, they made sure that we got our realm breaker, but we didn't get our 5th land from them. All that land they were able to ramp, nothing left for us. So Magic Arena likes to tease us. We had 3 answers, any one of which would have worked. They gave us all the answers and no way to cast it. Thank you, Arena. What a coincidence! The Wizards team that spies on my gameplay, they love to tease me so much. It was my mistake, right? I should have remembered Bristly Bill can pump up their own counters. That should have been the target. But you know what? If we're not going to get an untapped land, it wouldn't matter. Let's make them scared, show them both Restless Cottages up front. Llanowar Elves. Let's try Titania for starters. We've got Titania and Argoth already. Never mind. She's not permanently out, but now costs 5. Look at all the land and mana ramp that they have all at the very beginning. We're just going to pass. We've got 2 Fogs of War, so we've got a couple turns here. Just get rid of that. Do you have protection? Ah, they're gonna scroll shift it. Nice. Very good. Well, my land destruction deck is not having much luck, right? They managed to play cards that create extra lands. Let's get rid of the Overlord. Let's see how many of those they have in the deck. They had another one, another Mythic Rare in their hands. You know, an Arena served you up to me on a platter. A deck that actually creates extra artificial lands. You were supposed to win that. All you had to do was stay in it. I'm sure all they had to do was have the fortitude to hang out for one more turn or two, and they would have seen how well they would have done against me. I mean, all I did was stop your adding to your land total. That's all that I did. Well, it shows you how evil. You know, I've still got a little bit of Exile in the deck. That's how evil Exile is. It just makes people not want to play against you. Huh. They picked up their toys and they ran home real quick. On Curve Squirrel's Hive for a poison deck. See what we can do against them. Never mind. They got everything they need. Look at that. Everything they need. Only 2 lands. They missed a land drop. Still not a problem for them. We missed a land drop. If we get 2 reds, well, look at that. We can wipe out all of these in one fell swoop. Let's do this. No, I don't even have enough to do anything. We're just missing our own land drops now. Thank you, Arena. Like, I've already lost a couple of times. Is it because they did the insta-scoop? Is that why you're land starving me? The opponent's already caught up. Exile all graveyards. I only have 2 cards in my graveyard. Okay. That also means Realm Breaker can't get me any more lands. That's an unnecessary enchantment. See, okay, so here's... we can just mill them out that way. But we're going to die from poison because we're not going to get our own lands. How many land drops does that mean I've missed? Opponent's already passed me. Everything that they need. Perfect. Perfect removal. Wrong color. And nothing to stop more poisonous creatures from coming out. Still the wrong color. And they're just going to do nothing but gain life now. And how am I supposed to destroy any lands here? Look at that. Aha! I'm sorry, I couldn't help but laugh at that one. That was just good. What are we losing there? Doesn't matter. We got our bear. We'll throw that in the graveyard. We need the red lands, please. Seriously? Seriously, you're just going to give them whatever they want. Thank you. Was that so hard? Second Skrell's Hive down. We'll just get rid of you like that. Oh, look at what they have. They have a Phyrexian Obliterator. What else is in their library here? Removal, 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 removal. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And 2 more Skrell's Hives. That's a lot of removal. Oh! They leave! How did you... I didn't even get a single red yet. I've got 2 uncastable spells. I was going to destroy a plains at some point. I'm not even getting to the point of my deck and they're leaving. And we got our chore done for the day. They are not even hanging around long enough to understand the true evil nature of the deck. Welcome to Tpull's Corner, everybody, where the opponents never find out what the theme of our deck is. Because they won't hang around long enough. We managed to hit a land. Life is good. We don't get to see what those cards are either. Okay, well, I'm going to take their land, so I guess it's only fair that they get a couple of our cards. At least get rid of a Virtue of Persistence. Alright. We don't have the right color mana yet. That will give it to us. let's just wait, I guess. Okay, how many do you have? Sheesh. Let's just do Assassin's Trophy on that one. We'll let them go get a land. Okay, I'm tired of this. Virtue of Persistence, Atraxa, Roaming Throne. 2 Breach the Multiverse, another Virtue of Persistence, another Mythic Rare Atraxa, 4 Terrors of the Peaks, 2 more Decadent Dragons, Roaming Throne, and 4 Urbrass Forge. Okay. This is a problematic deck. But we've got some resources already in hand. Gross. Good move. Very good play. Down to 10, half dead. Let's get rid of all of the Terror of the Peaks in the deck, shall we? Yeah, we can exile that. Were they expecting the Decadent Dragon to give them the treasure to cast Atraxa? The good thing is, that's 1 Urbrass Forge that's down. I'm running out of ammo. That doesn't necessarily help them right now. 2 damage. What is this card? It's one of my cards. Okay. They can use treasure to pay for Hero's downfall. That's why they're holding us up. All right, there goes another Virtue of Persistence. 23. Yeah, let's do this too. We're going to destroy our own land too. Take action. Go get a forest. Gain some life. Life is good. Literally. How's drawing that land feel for you there, buddy? Oh, they're gonna hate me now. Another... Oh, two! Two Urbrass Forge! Two Urbrass Forges! We attack. We sacrifice. We sacrifice the land. It's their land. It goes into exile. They've got to lose land or they're going to lose health. That's right. The land destruction is working. Demolition field in case they think of playing any non-basics. There goes more stuff. Look at everything we're milling. Oh, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. I feel like I need more lands. There we go. That's lovely. I don't think I need that land. That was theirs anyway. We can lose that. Lose another mountain. Very good. Down to 9. A couple of swamps. Oh, they're not going to let me meld. I mean, I did have lethal, but maybe I would have let them live longer. Maybe I just wanted to mill them out. Maybe I just would have passed until the end of the turn each time and just sacrificed more land to kill lands. Ooze Patrol. When this creature enters, mill 2 cards, then put a +1/+1 counter for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard. Okay. The art is not the best. It's an okay design card. When they said that when we make Magic products, sometimes the cards are not for you, I didn't realize we'd get to a day where I would just not have any enthusiasm for a main core set at all. Like, even for Outlaws of Thunder Junction and Murders at Karlov Manor, they had some flavor in there. And I did appreciate the design of the cards. Aetherspark, a lot of the cards are designed okay. But I'm having trouble generating interest for it. Another very fast deck. Arena, in the design, the way they design cards, really lends itself towards mono red. What? What was that? I didn't destroy any land yet. Come back. Why are these people wasting my time? Don't you sign on to a game server to play a game? Aren't you there to actually play the match? Maybe they got land starved. Maybe it was their turn. They just didn't draw any lands. It might be our turn. Let's see what happens. Nope, we got a land. We're doing just fine. Ooh, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Naughty, naughty. Okay, so we won't be able to collect evidence the way they're doing things.
The entire multiverse is at stake. Nobody knows the past better than me.
How do we want to do this? I missed a land drop.
I'll have to try again.
And thanks to us, they have 6 out now. Yeah, thanks, Arena. 1 land for the entire match. Can we do any better? No, give me the most expensive card instead. That's great. That's great. Counterspell? You got to give them time to think about it. They're blue. They have 6 untapped mana. There you go. Spree cards take longer. They're not even putting... Well, I mean, the Planeswalker was mythic rare, wasn't it? Fog of War will not help us. I mean, I can cast it now. I can gain 2 life, unless they counterspell that. Now, if they have any card draw, we're dead. Thank you for giving me 2 lands for the entire match, Arena. That's true randomization right there. Such skill by my opponents. Alright, I think we're still above a 50% win ratio, so the land starvation may not be over yet. Can we have a good match where the opponent doesn't insta-scoop and yet I get some lands? Could we manage both of those things? Notice everything's green and I have no green. And you start me off with an uncastable hand against a rapid fast angel deck. Completely fair, and give me the most expensive card in my deck. This is the worst card because it's got 3 different colors. It's not even just double something. Well, this is risky. They might have something to destroy artifacts right away. Still no green. I guess we'll just name Resplendent Angel just to be easy about it. Day of Judgment, Surge of Salvation. They do. They have 3 of the mythic rares. More mythic rares. Lyra Dawnbringer. What else have we got in here? Banishing Hope, Board Wipes, 4 Giadas. Okay. And now we just need green. The good news is we can actually do a little mana fixing ourselves. Except now we need a board wipe. Prevent all damage from black and red sources. Come on, it's my turn. You had your turn. This is an instant. I wasn't gonna just... Oh, did they think I was gonna destroy Cavern of Souls? No, no, no. I'm taking care of my stuff. Thank you. The Day of Judgment isn't gonna help you much here. But they can just pump this up, right? They don't have... Oh, never mind. They do have enough land now. Two Ley Lines of Hope. Let's take that out. Well, we missed our land drop, so we'll just get rid of that one. And we're on the defensive till we get another land. Yet again, my land destruction deck, I'm destroying my own lands, and the opponent gets more lands than I do. And now they have Ward. A Ward 2, which means that I can't get rid of this. No, wait, I can. I can pay that now. Okay. Whew. Yeah, Assassin's Trophy is good. Auto pay. We get this back, right? We get the Buzz Crusher back. Yay! We get the Buzz Crusher back. None for me, but let's get rid of one Cavern of Souls. They still don't need to worry about any counter spells that I don't have. They made good on Day of Judgment. We collect evidence, we get rid of all the Giadas. Did I get them all? There we go. I think they're all selected. So now we just have to worry about 3 Lyra Dawnbringers. Couple more angels, couple more angels, couple more bats. We aren't out of the woods yet. We got like at least 9 other threats in there. Speak of the devil. Assassin's Trophy won't do any good against 2 copies of Leyline of Hope. And they got flyers. Oh, never mind. Youthful Valkyrie. Is that the one? Or let's see. I don't think I care about Youthful Valkyrie. Give me Inspiring Overseer. How many of those do you have? 2 more of those. Now we're having fun. Now we're having fun. That might be a board wipe or whatever. We don't care. Decline. I want all 6 of my lands. We're going to get some of their lands. Cavern of Souls. What do we want to not be counterspelled? Nightmares? Why not? I'm just kidding. We're gonna we're gonna sacrifice that. They're over 20 health and I'm down to 4. Do you sacrifice a land? They took the penalty. They took the penalty. They let me draw a card. What is wrong with these people? Okay, fair enough. Pay the cost. Automatically pay the ward cost. Get my Realm Breaker back. Oh, sorry. Get rid of the other 2 Rune Lurker bats. Get the Realm Breaker back. Mill them for more stuff. Take one of their lands. Sacrifice one of their lands. See if they give it to me. They do. They give me the draw. We got rid of a lot of their stuff. Wow. I mean, we still had some more Lyra Dawnbringers to go, but we had things we could do. I think there should be an achievement when you get down that low and your opponent scoops and they have that much more life than you. Alright, the Ancient sort of got going there with braids. We were destroying their lands that we stole for ourselves. They didn't destroy their land, their own land. They could have sacrificed their land. They sacrificed 2 health points and let us draw a card, which I would argue is worse when you have that much land to spare. They should have sacrificed the land, I think. They just gave me more ammo to go ahead and do things. So, yeah, this is the deck. As far as land destruction goes, Realmbreaker turns out to be a really good tool when you pair it with Braids, because a lot of times you need, if you're going to play decks like this, you need at least 6 lands, preferably 8 to do everything. You can't really be sacrificing your own land all that much, especially if Arena's going to land starve you. But taking their lands and sacrificing their lands against them with Braids on the field, chef's kiss right there. That's just good stuff. I don't care where you're from. That's good. All right, let me know what you think. Leave, as always, like and subscribe. Leave a comment there. Let me know if you do something different. I like the way this turned out. We did a little smattering of everything. We did land destruction, which was slightly less evil. We still included, a little bit of exile in here. A little bit of exile in here, which is still a little bit evil. We did a little bit of milling that was still in here. That's still evil. We did a little bit of the prison stuff, the Stonebrain prison tactic. So it's not like we left all of the other previous evil tactics behind. We added in a little bit more. We added land destruction into the recipe. But we had to take out some of the more evil stuff, right? There's no poison in here. There's no animal sacrifice in here. This is clearly better than the stuff I was doing before. I'm clearly on the right track, right? Remember, we still have the poll up. Go to YouTube, go to the posts, the opinion polls. You can go ahead and vote on what the next type of deck you want to see me do that you think is slightly less evil than this. And we will continue on our voyage, our journey to become more good. We're going to get gooder as we go. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.